Oh, here we are, back for another night of stream on YouTube. Let me see if I bring that a little bit closer. That might help keep the volume levels up a little bit, shall we? It's the legend. Oh, the man, the myth, the legend himself. Thank you very much, Tony. You're very good for my ego, my friend. Um, yeah. Oh, sorry, you're having to self isolate, are you? You we'll touch on that in a minute. Saturday. It's been an interesting Saturday to say the least here in Sydney. Um, Sort of woke up, normal Saturday, decided to just kind of, you know, grab some breakfast. Um, the boy had to work after lunch, so we decided we'd kind of just have an easy day around the house, not do too much. And then I'd sort of drop him off at work, do a bit of things around the house. And then we saw all the news notification alerts that there were 466 cases or something of the virus in Sydney overnight, which is kind of getting to crazy numbers now. Um, a couple weeks ago it was 150, and that was bad. We've been locked down now for 7 weeks, and the case levels just continue to go up. Uh, you know, 3 times what they were when the lockdown started, and no no sign of abating. Actually, that's an interesting statistic I would like to check. Ooh, got a bit bright, overexposed. Um, is there a dark mode or something I can use in Google? Uh, Settings, maybe. Maybe not the time for this. Okay. Let's try and let's look at this. Yeah, so basically a week ago in Sydney, uh, there were 200 cases, 260 cases. 2 weeks ago, there were 211. So in the last 2 weeks, the daily cases have doubled. You go back sort of 3 weeks, um, and it's sort of 3 times. You go back 4 weeks, and it's four, almost 5 times. So we've been in lockdown all that time, and the local cases continue to go up. Vaccination rates are through the roof. We're probably over today. We'll hit the 50% of all people in New South Wales. 50% of all people in New South Wales will have had their, or eligible people, so people over 16, will have had their at least one vaccination. We're over a quarter of the population of New South Wales. So you're talking 1.5 million people or something, uh, entirely vaccinated. And to be fair, when we started these lockdowns 7 weeks ago, those numbers were not anywhere near that. So the vaccination program has literally exploded. I saw a statistic today that the the rate per capita in New South Wales um, exceeds the highest daily rate of anything that sort of countries like Canada and the UK, who have been very aggressive with their vaccination. New South Wales is exceeding their per capita day rate of vaccinations now. Their highest days. We're averaging that now. And test rates are ridiculous considering. So it's kind of a quagmire. sort of in this place where uh, people are getting tested at like literally absurd levels. I saw a statistic that said, "Oh, China tested 11 million people in a week. China has 1.4 billion people. Australia has 25 million, and there's 8.5 million in New South Wales. New South Wales is doing 700,000 tests a week. It's We're testing per capita almost, I think, 10 times what they're testing in China. It's the logistics of what is going on in New South Wales is actually staggering. It is, and to a lesser extent, and even in Victoria with the vaccination rate as well, it is absolutely staggering the rate at which people are getting inoculated. And we're not talking about randos going to drive-through facilities just getting jabbed in the arm by somebody and rolling on out. There's a whole process here where you turn up, you have to provide your Medicare information. They log you, they explain it to you, they show you the information about the vaccination, they jab you, they sit you down for 15 minutes to make sure you don't keel over. And then at the same time, your My Health record gets updated. So all this nonsense about, oh, vaccination passports. A place like Australia where we have Medicare and everybody has a Medicare card, you're that's all tracked anyway. It's like the government has all that. We've had vaccination cards for decades. I mean, I saw a meme about this. This guy, he's writing. He says, "Oh, I'm outraged. I'm outraged. The crazies have taken over. I tried to enroll my children in school, and they asked for their vaccine passport. Can't believe it." He says, and then my wife told me that vaccination cards have been a thing since the 1940s, and that's how we eliminated polio. It's true. It's absolutely true. There's no lie there. When I was a kid, in the 80s, 70s, turned up to school, your parents had to have your vaccination card. It's a little yellow. I mean, I remember in Ontario, it was a little yellow card, yay big. Came in a plastic sleeve, and the school kept it. Your parents didn't even keep it, the school kept it. And then through primary school, so, junior kindergarten through senior kindergarten through year 6 and year 8, a few times they'd be like, okay, year 2, time for your jabs. And they'd all line us up outside the nurse's station, single file, 30 kids. One by one, we'd go into a room. They'd give us a lollipop, and they'd stick us in the arm with something. Parents never said, hey, what are you sticking in my kid's arm? I don't know. We didn't have measles. Nobody got whooping cough. You know, I I was 20 when I heard of what tetanus was. I had had a tetanus shot. I'd had one and then a booster at some point in high school. I I stepped on a piece of metal when I was in like second or third year of uni, and I went to the medical center to have it looked at. And the doctor at the medical center at school said, "Hey, when was the last time you had a booster?" I'm like, a what now? And he said, "Oh, like a tetanus booster." Oh, I don't know. He said, "Do you have your vaccination card?" No. Did you get a shot in high school? Maybe. Don't remember. So, okay, we'll just give you a booster. So, bang, oh, got a booster. Didn't get tetanus. I remember I was in high school, year 12. Um, it's a horrible story, but my mate and I, Rob, were coming home from a baseball game one night, and we went to see the Jays play. And we took the GO train from downtown Toronto out to Long Branch Station, and then we're going to take the streetcar from Long Branch Station. I was going to take it all the way to Humber Loop, and then take the bus to my house where we lived. Anyway, we walked part of the way because one of our other mates, Aiden, lived a couple blocks down. So we dropped him off at his house. It was 12 o'clock at night or something, and we were outside of like a, I guess you call it a bar or something. This is where the bus stop was. So I'd have been 18. Big kid. I was 6 foot, 190 pounds, athletic, big kid. My mate he was about 5'10", 180. He was fairly athletic as well. And we're waiting for the streetcar to come, and these 3 people roll out of the bar, and they're really, really drunk. And the one dude grabs this woman that's with him, pins her up against the wall, and I sort of see it out of the corner of my eye, and I'm like, okay, this isn't cool. And he's roughing her up a bit, and his buddy's standing there, and his buddy's telling her to shut up, and I think the buddy was telling her to shut up because he didn't want this other fella to really get rough with her. And so I see this, and I kind of bite my tongue, and I'm just looking over, and streetcar goes the other way towards Long Branch Loop. So I know we've got probably 5 minutes for the streetcar to get there, make the loop, wait, and then start its track back towards Humber Loop. And so I'm sitting there, just keeping an eye on this guy, corner of my eye, just making sure it's all good. And then I see him grab her by the back of the hair, and I'm like, okay, this isn't on. And she lets out a scream and tells him to let go, and he tells her to shut up. And I go, hey, bud, just maybe let her go. And he notices my friend and I. And this guy he's maybe 5'8", soaking wet, 150 pounds or something. Just a tiny little thing. And his buddy is no bigger. And so that's okay. I'm like, just, take your hands off her, let her go. And she says something to him. I can't remember what it was. It was a long time ago. 30 years ago now, almost. And he lets her go, and he starts walking over towards us. And I sort of give my mate Rob a nudge. I'm like, okay, just be on guard. These guys are a bit drunk. Might do something stupid. And so I was holding my wallet in my hand because we were actually getting ready for the streetcar. So, had to have our student pass and stuff like that out so we could pay to get on the streetcar. And the guy comes right over, and he's yapping. And I kind of am thinking to myself, okay, he's drunk. Just let it go. And actually, I was 17 because I wasn't 18 yet. And he pushes me. And I don't really think much of it, but I drop my wallet. And so I bend over and I go to pick up my wallet. And he kicks me square in the face. Like just flush in the face. And my head snaps back. I'm seeing stars, but I sort of take a step back. And And my mate Rob's like, oh, he's got a look on him like, oh, something's not right here. And I reach up and I've got blood just pouring out of my nose. And in that moment, you, when they say you see red, you see red. And I grab this little fella. And yeah, it didn't end well for him. And his mate tried to stop me. And his mate threw a punch and missed. And I reached over and grabbed him by the front of the shirt and I pulled him in. And as I pulled him in, I leaned in, I smacked him forehead, I headbutted him square into the mouth. Just knocked him flat out. He was out cold. And I've got his little buddy on the ground. And um it wasn't a good day for him. So I'm bleeding quite profusely from my nose. And the girl, she's gone apoplectic. And my mate Rob is holding her back. He's like, look, I can hear him saying, look, this is not good for you. Be quiet, right? And he's holding her back. Anyway, the streetcar comes. The streetcar driver sees something is wrong and he stops the streetcar and he comes down the steps of the streetcar. And so I see the streetcar and the bell and break my concentration on this idiot on the ground, his conked out mate. And I yell at the streetcar driver, call the cops. And so the streetcars back in those days, into the 80s, yeah, it'd been 1990, somewhere around there, 1991, something like that. And they had a radio system because there's no real mobile phones or anything in those days. It was radio systems. And he had a button he pushed and it was an emergency button. And Long Branch Police Station was just around the corner. And 2 squad cars turn up, 15 minutes. And so police officers asks what happened. My mate tells him, I tell him, they separate us, so it's the same story. And then old mate, who I headbutted in the face and knocked him out, he tells the police the same story, that his buddy, who's now the ambulance has turned up for him, he was roughing up this young lady, and I told him to stop, and he kicked me in the face, and then paid for it. And so the police were like, well, to me, it's like, how old are you? I said, I'm 17. And they go, okay, so you're a minor. I'm like, yeah. And they're like, okay, he's in a lot of trouble. And so the ambulance takes him off. His mate, I don't know, his lips are all busted up from where I had butted him. His teeth are probably not in good shape. But anyway, they said to him, take her, piss off, go home. They had all their details, and the police say to me and my mate Rob, they're like, okay, what do you want to do? And so I'm like, Rob, just go home. So one of the squad cars drops Rob off. And the other one, there was a constable and a female constable. And back then, there weren't a lot of female constables, but I remember she was a pleasant young lady, and she spent a lot of time trying to clean my face up and stuff. And she's looking at me. She was like, okay, I think your nose is broken. I'm like, yeah, whatever. And so we go to the hospital, and old mate's in the same emergency room at the hospital, and the police are there, and they're sort of explaining to the doctors what happened, and sort of standing between where I am and he is, in case, well, there's no way he's getting up, but just in case something goes wrong and I kind of snap, they have to kind of provide some safety and distance for him at that point, and also the other people in the emergency room. But I was not. For me, it was just the shock of it all, right? It was just, you see that much blood, you freak out a little bit and you kind of go a bit crazy. And and so they're like, okay, well, we'll have to call your parents. I'm like, okay. So it's now like 1 a.m. or something. And they call my mom. My mom has to jump in a taxi and come to the hospital. And my poor mother, God bless her soul, she comes in and she looks at me. She says, "What did you do?" And I'm like, "I'm the victim." And she's like, "There's no such thing." she, she's like, "There's no such thing as a victim in a situation like this." Uh, and she's like, "What about the other fella?" And I'm like, "He's over there," pointing at this guy, and he's in pretty rough shape. And she's like, "What did you do?" Like, just defended myself. And the police officer, the young lady constable, she comes over. She says, "Nah, he's telling the truth. He was assaulted by that guy." And my mother looks at him. She looks at me. She goes, "Doesn't look like he was assaulted by anyone. Looks like that fella came off second best." And lady constable's like, "Yeah, he's got 4 broken ribs on one side, and they're gonna do a full back X-ray to see what kind of shape he's in." And so so I get in to see the doctor, and he's like, "Your nose is broken. I don't really even need to X-ray it, but we'll do it." And so they did the X-ray, and it's just a fracture. And we get the results, and and he says to me, "You had a this is where I remember he used, have you had a tetanus shot recently?" I'm like, "I don't know." And my mother says, "Yeah, he had one last year." I don't even know how she knew. Yeah, he had one last year. He had a booster last year. And they're like, "Okay, so we don't need to worry about that." And doctor looks at me. He says, "Mate, I'd ask you how tough you are and how strong you are, but I also saw the other fellow, so I kind of know how tough you are." He goes, "So I'm gonna set your nose for you." And he said, "It's gonna hurt, and uh, but I reckon you can take it." I'm like, "Oh, I don't really have a choice. You got to set my nose, right?" So anyway, he gets his things, and all of a sudden he goes 1, 2, and on 2 he snaps before it even gets to 3, and all you hear is this crack, this crunch, and I can feel the blood again coming out of my nose, and I got tears now running out of my eyes because it was pretty uncomfortable. And all I can remember saying is, "You didn't say 3." And there's blood spraying out of from my lips as I'm saying, "You didn't count to 3." And um, he's like, "Nah, it's better if we don't do that because you'll tense up, and it's just easier this way. Sorry, but it's the fastest way to do it." And so for a week, I had sort of black circles. Not too bad. It wasn't too bad. Um, but yeah, I only remember that because of the tetanus shot. And they, I got a phone call from the police officer, the male constable, uh, about 4 weeks later at home, and saying that I wouldn't have to go to court or anything. The guy had pled guilty to assault of a minor, and I think he got 6 months probation or something like that because they obviously took into account what had happened to him. um, so yeah, that was that was really bad. Um, did I have any health problems? No, not really. I snore, but I've always snored. Um, my nose is. He did a great job setting it. But yeah. Yeah. Hey, Amy, how are you? Yeah. I enjoyed it that night until I died. Um, I would suggest that it's probably a 6 or a 7 out of 10. I think it it needs a little bit of work. Um, and some of the documentation and the tutorial is actually pretty good, but I think it just needs a little bit more. Like it'd be benefit from a manual. So I don't know if you played Patron, which came out this week as well, and they have a whole manual, a written manual. It would actually benefit from something like that. And I just was in their Discord and I mentioned that on the load screen, it's uncapped. So there's no frame rate cap on the load screen. And so the moment you hit the load screen, you get to 99% GPU utilization. Actually, I can show that because it's crazy. Um, City of Gangsters. Let's see. Okay. So there's that. And we'll bring this over here. We'll shrink that down a bit. So, yeah, I am on the Discord. So you can see my GPU starts to climb quite quickly, and you can't notice it now because I'm running Streamlabs. But if you don't have something like Streamlabs running where it's kind of eating up a lot of GPU cycles to do the stream, um, this shoots up to 99% and it absolutely crushes the GPU. And the fans go crazy. And so if it's the only thing running on the computer that's like of any kind of stress, then it takes all of the resources. And it reminded me a lot of New World, where at the menu screens and stuff, there was an uncapped frame rate, and it just caused havoc with certain RTX cards, 3090s in particular. So I sort of posted in their Discord to say, hey, you might want to put a cap on your menu screen. And I'll tell you, you know how I noticed it was something wrong? Because I had coil whine. I never get my GPU never gets coil whine. Never happens. And then, but in this, I'd loaded up this game before stream to get a screenshot, and I heard the fans kick off and go crazy. And then I heard coil whine on the GPU, and I went, "That's pretty weird. That's got to be sucking in a lot of power to do that." And so that's kind of what happened. So if you're not familiar with coil whine is where the capacitors effectively on your video card, as power runs through them and it's sort of modulating the power, the little copper coils vibrate. And if too much power goes through, they vibrate at a high enough frequency where they've let off a little whining noise. And then depending on that, it can be quite loud. And in this case, it was loud enough for me to hear, which is the first time I'd ever heard it since I've had this card. And I've had it for like 8 months now. I've never heard coil whine on this card before. It's a normal thing, but it only happens when very high power usage and very high frame rates. It's when you see it. So I went into their Discord and said, hey, you guys might want to do something about that. I'm not sure if VSync will fix it. Actually, is Steam running? I wonder, where is it in Steam? Where there's somewhere in Steam where I can put in. I probably shouldn't show that screen. Interface. Display, enable GPU. There's somewhere in here where you can show your frame rate in game. I don't know. Where do I do that? Hold on. Steam frame rate. Be really interesting. How do I do that? Setting, in-game menu. Then click in-game FPS counter. Where is that? Oh, there it is. Top left. Okay, so it should appear up there. Oh, it didn't show up. Maybe it doesn't consider this to be in the game. Yeah, it's not showing. Oh well. It'd be interesting to know what the FPS is anyway. I'm just going to quit out of it because it's making a lot of racket. I'll come back to it when we start playing. But yeah. So I think there's a couple things I'd like to see it improve. I was actually been playing Patron the last couple of days. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. I would need to restart the game. Yeah. 100%. Oh, that's well. We may as well just try that. Hey. Library. Like you can actually hear it. There it is. So yeah, so it's up to 700 FPS, 600 FPS. I wonder if I set VSync every frame. Apply. Yeah. Okay. Solves the problem. So I have a 165 hertz monitor. And so by dropping it to VSync, it's going to cap it at 165 FPS. Oh, shit. I should show you that. So there, you can see up in the top left, it's a bit small, but it's now 164, 165 frames. So that's the answer to, and yeah. Oh, well, I'm going to go in their Discord and just mention it. Are you in their Discord? Hey? Menu screen is running at 700 FPS now. 165. And what's the... Okay, so it's definitely... yeah, and the GPU temperatures dropped considerably. The power utilization's dropped considerably. Cool. That's awesome. All right, there we go. Now their Discord has an update. Well, that's a lot more reasonable because it was pretty loud and it was running super hot. I am a little bit concerned about a couple of things around some of that stuff, but anyway, not a huge issue. Where are we at? Um, so yeah, no, I'm enjoying the game. Um, we'll get into it in a minute or two. But yeah, I died in the last episode. In the last episode, I I don't know why I sort of got into a fight with I got into a fight with some local thug, and that was fine until one of her gang beat me with a baseball bat and I died. I didn't even know you could die. I wasn't aware of that. And so I unceremoniously, the game came to an end with my death. Um, so tonight my plan is start again, don't die. Yeah, I don't generally cap the FPS using G-Sync because I have adaptive sync, the monitor. Um, I tend not to cap it. I don't really worry too much about that. Uh, and I generally just let it run as fast as it can run. Um, I find it's pretty because I'll play Call of Duty and stuff, and I just find even when I'm getting into the 200, because I on like with this machine on something like Modern Warfare, I'll get into the 210, 220 FPS, and while I know it's probably dropping every third frame, I don't really visually see it, but it feels kind of smoother. So I tend not to. I usually set my NVIDIA control panel to leave VSync up to the game. So then I set it in the game if I need it. But I don't know why I didn't notice it on this one that I'd disabled VSync, and I didn't assume that I'd need it, right? Because there's not a lot of fluid motion and stuff going on. But then when we were just sort of looking at it, I thought, oh, that noise. Maybe we could just lower the power by killing the killing the amount of frames that it renders. Yeah, he was an Esche from. No, actually, it was women, which was worse. My French Canadian dude died at the hands of a woman. Um, yeah, I beat her boss, and then I don't know what happened, but they came around and gave it to me. Actually, I think the thing that needs the most work isn't, well, maybe the combat, yeah, probably, but is some of the automation features around moving goods and stuff around. Um, it's not it's not clear, and it doesn't seem to work correctly. So I'm not quite sure. Yeah, it's not very clear how it's meant to work. So I think it needs. I think that part either needs more explanation or uh, some kind of UI enhancement to make it easier to understand. And even in the tutorial, they don't go into that. So you know how you can have one of your crew like pick up this goods here, like pick up hooch here, sell it over here. And every time you click the next turn button, it'll do that again. It'll go back and forth and do that again. In the tutorial from memory, they don't actually go through that. They allude to it, but they don't actually walk you through it, which is a bit of an oversight because that is not clear in it's not clear in the game. So that probably needs a bit more work. They do have a blog post on Steam, excuse me, on it, but the problem when you post blog posts on Steam, I wish developers wouldn't do it. Um, but the problem with stuff like that on Steam is that you can't click on the pictures and zoom the pictures up, blow them up. So you're not really looking at what you're meant to be looking at. Like you don't see it in enough detail with enough specificity. So they show the crew automation screen or whatever they calling it. And but yeah, but all that said, right? Having said all that, it's actually pretty fun. But I found because I couldn't make the automation of moving stuff around work, I found it a little tedious because I was having to do it. And so the more you grow, the harder it becomes. And the other thing is that if you're starting uh um spirit or whatever you want to call it, your the alcohol you're making first, like in that game, one of the problems I had was there wasn't a lot of buyers for it. And the buyers who were in the neighborhood were only buying like one or two. And so I was like stockpiling dozens and dozens of barrels of this stuff. And I didn't have anyone to sell it to. And so you don't have enough money to expand. And so therefore your influence doesn't grow. So you don't find more customers and on and on and on it goes. And so I think it's just a balancing issue. I haven't mentioned it in the Discord or anything yet. I wanted to play it again and see what happens. So we'll test that out a bit tonight. But it's just a small balancing issue. I think that there needs to be more customers for all types of stuff. But anyway, still fun. Still enjoyed it. So we'll get stuck into it again in a minute. Eshay from Bankstown. Yeah. So, oh, that was what I was going to say. So yeah, here in Sydney, now that we're back in lockdown, and now that they've actually decreased the range that we could go while we're in lockdown from 10 kilometers from our house to 5, I kind of ended up in a stupid situation where on Friday I bought my new key light and stream deck. And so I ordered it, and the place I ordered it from has a store about 8 kilometers from my house. And I had them deliver, so I told them, deliver it to the store and I'll pick it up from the store. And so I'll do click and collect. And now that no, I've ordered from them before. I'm a regular customer. I spend a lot of money with them. And so now that we can only go 5 kilometers from our house, and they announce it on a Saturday, well, the place is closed. So they've shipped the goods from their distribution center to the store. And now I can't go to the store, so I can't click and collect. And they don't ship from the store, they ship from the distribution center. So now I have $700 of goods sitting at a store 8 kilometers from my house that I can't go to pick up. And there's no time frame for which I'm going to be able to go pick it up. So it's kind of stupid. So I'm kind of annoyed. I'm a little bit annoyed at they announced the lockdown changes on a Saturday, and then bring them in on a Sunday night, but Monday at 12 a.m. So for those of us who've done things like click and collect or organize stuff for pickup or whatever, there's no business day upon which we can actually update that order. So now the best thing I can do is I'm going to have to cancel the stream deck and cancel the key light, which sucks because then it'll take like, I don't know, 3 or 4 days to process my order, or sorry, my refund. And then I'll have to order it again, and I'll have to order it for delivery. And that's fine. But instead of getting it on Monday, I probably now won't get it till, I don't know, sometime late next week or even the week after, which is ironic because I ordered my Go XLR Mini from Amazon in the UK, and I ordered it at the same time. I literally ordered it within 5 minutes of ordering the Stream Deck and the Keylight, and the Stream Deck and the Keylight are 8 kilometers from my house, and the Go XLR Mini was in Poland. And the Go XLR Mini in a day, in 24 hours, went from Poland to Leipzig, Germany, onto a plane and onto its way to Singapore, where it will then transfer from Singapore to Sydney. Meanwhile, because of stupid government regulations here, I can't go 8 kilometers to get something. But if it was 4, I could. Or if it was last Monday, I could go get it. Or, Christ, if it was Friday, I could go get it. So it's just stupid. It's just dumb. Like, I don't know who makes these rules. And I get rules, and I get safety, and I get all those things, and I'm a big supporter of all that stuff. Like, don't get me wrong. But changing the rules on a Saturday and implementing them Sunday night means that there are 0 business days for people to do anything, to affect any kind of change, anything they've lined up for the next week. It's silly. It's dumb. And it's just completely clueless. And you sort of sit there and you think to yourself, well, like, if you'd have brought this in Tuesday night for a Wednesday implementation, you would have given everybody 2 days to kind of get their affairs in order, 2 business days. Or, if that's too much, if you're too worried because you've had 7 weeks of lockdown and you have had, 4 times the number of cases you had when you started the lockdown. So clearly lockdowns are not being, or whatever. I think they're not a terrible idea, but anyway. So if 2 days was too much, do 1 day. Give everybody 1 day, 1 working day to do things to affect change. But to do it on a weekend, that's just stupid. And it's lazy. And the reason they do it is because they can hide, right? Politicians all make announcements that are unpopular Friday afternoon or Saturday morning. And they do that because the media aren't paying attention. And the public are busy. It's really dumb. It's really stupid. And I've always been Gladys Berejiklian is my local MP. I've candidly said for the last 10 years, she's the best local MP you'll ever have, like for the locals, like for, local community. She was excellent as our local MP. But the last month or two, man, this has been kind of clueless. Like the HSC stuff, far out, man. That was dumb. Like the moment they announced that the HSC kids were going to have to go back to school in mid-August, I saw it because I have an HSC kid, right? My son is an HSC. And I immediately just said, this is stupid. This is not smart. This is going to backfire. And I thought all you need is 1 kid to get sick. Just 1. You need 1 kid to get sick, cause an outbreak. One of those kids who get infected to take the virus back to their nana, and then nana die. And the moment that happens, Gladys is the nana killer for an HSC test. A trial. It's not even a test, it's a trial. It was dumb. It didn't make sense. And then that clearly was never going to work. And they persisted with it for a week. or two, and then they start busing kids in to get vaccinations, and they start taking vaccinations away from the regional areas to vaccinate kids in the Southwest so they can take a trial exam. And now there are people in the regional areas who are getting sick, and there was an outbreak at the uh, vaccination center where the kids are. It's so dumb. And then the chef's kiss of the whole thing. Oh yeah, okay, the kids are not going to go back to school, and we'll leave it up to the schools. Now you have hundreds of schools making up different rules. So the whole reason you wanted to send these kids to the trials was to have consistency for the HSC program. And now you've turned it over to the school principals, and they're all doing different things. It's mindless. So I stand back and just say, for me, that was kind of an indication that they didn't have a plan. They were winging it, and they were making silly decisions on the fly quite badly. And I don't know. I lost a lot of faith in her. And now this is just like, I get giving the police more powers. Yep. Tightening up the screws on people who are breaching the stay-at-home notice. Yep. Okay. But to implement a whole bunch of changes on a weekend is stupid. But then you look at the things that have been happening. And they made it okay for people to go to holiday houses from Sydney. Why? We couldn't do that a year ago. Like a year ago when we were all locked down, a year and a half ago, you couldn't go to the regions. You had to stay home. Why did they change that rule? And then there was this singles bubble. Well, I get it. It's lonely if you live by yourself and you're locked in your house. I get it. But what did they think was going to happen? People would abuse that. So it was really stupid. It was really dumb. And there's been a lot of these dumb decisions, and now they're having to backpedal on all of them. And it's just, my confidence in what I thought was a good government has been shaken. And I don't know what they're going to do to get it back. And they're not even talking about end dates now. Now it's just sort of more vaccine. Okay, I agree. But like, we're not going to be 60% vaccinated until sometime in late September. Are you telling me that we're all going to be locked in our house for another 6 weeks? It's like goddamn Groundhog Day. We came up, saw our shadow, we go back in the hole for 6 weeks. I'm not Puxatawny Phil here, man. We need to be a little bit more clear than this. So I think the government's all over the shop. I think it needs to be fixed. I think they need to show some leadership and make good decisions. Doesn't matter how hard they are. Because right now it's just reflexive crap. Anyway, let's stop doing that. Let's get into some gaming, shall we? Okay, let's start a new game. Yep, we'll do Chicago. We'll roll a new seat. I'm always Canadian. Let's oh, yeah, I'm going to keep him. I'm going to be an American this time. What are you doing? Willie Bates. She didn't look like a Willie. Eleanor. No. Frederick Jones, American. Okay, let's do that. I like the other guy. I like the Rose guy. Let's just roll through. Russo. No. No. Nicholas Healy. No. Alexander Clark. Frederick Henderson. Nope. Richard Bell. Nope. Nicole Murphy. Nope. Zbigniew Lewandowski. Nice name. Nope. Stefan Bjork. Nope. Lizzie Campbell. Ragnar Christensen. Well, there's a great name. Oh, that's nice. Good. You can go outside. Well, no, you can't. You can go 5 kilometers outside your house. Anatoly Volkov. Let's go. Adam Kennedy. Arthur. Okay. I need to get a good name here because I'm kind of just pissing around. Harry Gerard. Let's make somebody. Herbert Haynes. Billy Mitchell. Melvin Bagley. Bill Morgan. No, I'm not going to do Canada. I'm going to do American this time because I think it's easier. Richard Hawkins. Peter Wheeler, no. Chester Hewitt. Okay, I know what I'll do. Okay, protection rackets. Good-o. All right. We're going to be Chester Hewitt. Let's get after it, Chester. Ooh, it's very bright. Trying to remember how to play this now. Let's generate the map. Yep, big city. Gotcha. We're in Hewitt's district. Okay. First things first. No, where's the I wouldn't mind. Oh well. I wouldn't mind using the menu. So we're getting about 115 FPS, which is fine, but okay. Hey, Aunt Rita. Okay, so I need some. Wow. We have lots of stuff. Okay, so let's go here to this corner. No. Wait a second. Okay. Okay, so you don't have anything for me. What do you buy and sell here? Everybody has stoneware Crocs. What do you want to buy and sell? Let's see if there's something you're interested in. Okay, so okay. So this is exactly the problem we were having the other day. Is that we kind of get to this point where nobody is buying what we're selling. like, I don't know, man. I don't know what the deal is. Next turn. Okay, so this guy will buy our wine. Okay, perfect. Let's go back here. Holy crow. The police are everywhere. Okay. All right. Let's go here. So how much do they want? 28 crocs. That's better. Okay. Next turn. And we'll go here. Oh, okay. So you're buying hard cider. Yep. Cool. Cafeteria. Yep. Okay. So what else they have? All right. Didn't I have some in the car? Thought I put some in the car. Wow, that's really pretty stupid on my part. Okay. What do we got for money? Yeah, let's. I don't. You have $50. What? Oh. Okay. Um. Yep. Okay. Let's go make some more money. All right. Let's go explore a little bit. Okay. They want to sell some cigarettes. Okay. My car's full. Okay. Edge may figure this new. I think our family can. Yep. Couldn't agree more. Metal. You want? Fine. Okay. Have 5 corners in your territory. Okay. Let's go over here. Next turn. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's talk details. Oh, I have to have $120. Okay. I don't have $120. Okay. All right, let's get this going. All right, so we've got our first corner. Okay, cool. That's pretty fast, eh? 12 hours? Wow. Okay, so now let's talk about the locals. Sure. Okay. Let's go over here. Whoops. Heard a bit of that you can get your hands on some interesting potent liquids. It is in fact true. Indeed, brick wine. Okay, I have them with me. Let's do business. All right, now we have 2 places to sell our wine to. Nice. Okay, let's see what you got. Okay. New operation has come on. Okay, yep, good. I want to buy grape concentrate. We already have some. Okay. Let's see. Someone would. What? They want to make me an offer. Okay. Wow, that's a bit of a trek, mate. This Chester Hewitt has gained experience from all the hard work. Nice. Let's go. So, why did you need another test, Tony? I don't remember why you needed more. Um, yeah, they don't need any. Okay. What are they waiting? Oh. So we need some rocks. Okay. So somebody in the local vicinity should be able to sell me. Okay. How many do I need? Okay. Sure. Okay. Come on, man. Gotta stop pushing the wrong button. Okay. Now let's see. Okay, I could use. Yep. Right. There we go. Let's roll out. Okay, he wants some homemade beer. Gotcha. Um. Okay. So we got rid of that stuff. Yeah. Look for any help with me. Tell me more. Just met the Kriz outfit. This is another interest in profiting, and they will likely be competing with you. You can approach them or not. So, okay, yep. Hey, never mind. You're reliable. You helped out my friend Oh, okay. Okay. The local troll, they just won't leave me alone. Every week it's one thing or another. Okay, local troublemaker. You're upset by local and see their connections. Okay. Um. Oh, here we go. Let's fight. Whatever. Let's go. Oh, what's going on? Respect is rising. Yep. Okay, good, good. Um. Oh, well, that's kind of a nuisance. Over here. Hmm. Hmm. I don't have anything to sell you. Um. How are we doing? What's our front doing? Yep. Let's go. Okay. Okay. So we're going to be expanding soon. This prohibition lady is kind of getting on my nerves. Um. Let's dump some money back there so we don't get rolled. Oh wait. Um. mm, okay. Great news. Um. Okay. All right, great news. Well, isn't that awesome? Um, let's get him improving his fighting skills. So she's not complying. Okay. Yep, we've taken some control. Perfect. Um, let's go here. What's my car situation? Um, I can upgrade my operation. Need pipes. Wired. Wait. Now that you've gained the know-how, this operation has expanded capacity for making brick wine. I need more crocks. Okay. You need to sell me some. Yeah. Um. Okay, never mind. Ooh, crowbar. Hey, Doc, how are you, buddy? What do you buy and sell here? I want to buy. Okay. Um, need to buy some of those. Oh, where's that overlay thing? Where? Yeah. Okay. Let's go. You're enjoying your Saturday. That sounds good. Um, yeah. I was just saying, my Saturday's been good, albeit, uh, okay, where do I sell my, okay, excuse me. My Saturday's been good, except for the fact that uh, our lockdown here in Sydney has been tightened a bit. So we went from having the ability to, you know, work, or sorry, to shop and sort of travel within a 10-kilometer radius of our house, and they've cut that down to five. And on Friday, I ordered a new Stream Deck and a new key light for. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna turn this up. It's a bit dark. Um, and I ordered it from a place online that has a shop about uh 7 or 8 kilometers away, and I had it shipped there for click and collect. So they have a depot, and they ship it from the depot where they do their shipping and logistics from, and they shipped it over to the store. And I went over, and so now, because it's more than 5 kilometers from my house, I can't get to it. I'm not allowed out there. So I have a click and collect coming on Monday that I'm now not allowed to go collect. And so now I have to try and call them on Monday and figure out, well, how do I get this delivered? So it's kind of a pain in the ass, if we're being brutally honest with one another. And they didn't give us any time to try and figure out how to manage this situation, which I'm a little bit annoyed about. Yeah. Um. Right. Well, yeah. It's kind of. It's just an. You know what I mean? It's just a nuisance. Um. Let's see. Um. What am I gonna do? Oh, something happened. Hey, a new corner. Excellent. Um. Oh, my car is full. That would explain why I'm not able to. Hmm. Oh, okay, let's do that. Okay. We're we're rapidly expanding. All right. So I need to sell some wine. Um, yeah, I don't know. One sec. Yeah, like I don't mind being at home. Um, I just one of the things that's becoming painful and problematic, in my opinion, with this whole process is that the rules are changing a lot. And I get that you know it's not the virus is spreading here in Sydney and people are being sick and people are dying and I'm all on board with that. But uh, I think there's a lot of changing of rules and a lot of decision making that's happening that is not consistent. So um, this one today was kind of for me the King Daddy topper, where you sort of sit there and say we've had these rules in place for 7 weeks. Yes, the results have been poor, but if you're going to change them, changing them on a Saturday and implementing them Sunday night means that there's not one single business day for people to actually get anything done that they need to get done before you change the rules. And I get that, um, it's all urgent, it's all critical, but at the other end of the spectrum, one extra day probably isn't going to matter that much. But it would have been hugely beneficial for the rest of us. For the actual norms, the normals who actually have to put up and live under these rules, one extra day, a business day where we could actually, do the businessy things that we need to get done during that time would have been hugely beneficial. One day, 24 hours, that's all it needed extra. Uh, Preferably 48, but 24 would have been enough. And they didn't do that, and it doesn't make sense. It's just knee jerk reaction. So I think the problem becomes when government makes decisions like that. It looks like they lack structure. So that's my problem. Um, who do you know? What do I want with that guy? What does he do? Excellent. Go over there and see what the good word is. Someone would like to make you an offer. Yeah, this guy keeps wanting to make me an offer, but like he's miles away. Um, okay. Who do you know? This person and that person. Well, I have good connections with them already, so you don't really help me that much. All right. Wait, what? The Olszewski outfit. Okay. Uh, There's someone not left package some dead fish. You get the feeling someone has it in for me. Okay. Oh my. Okay, so that's good. Let's talk about what you've got. I want to sell some of that. Got some in the. Come on, man. You got to start buying some more of this stuff. It's becoming a problem now. I can't sell it. Um, Barrels and lumber. What do you got? You steel barrels. Okay. What do you sell? Barrels and lumber. Okay. Wait. The new corner acknowledges. Yeah, that's it. Uh, yeah. Okay, so let's go see Harold. Perfect. Okay, good to see the outfit growing and control you more. Let's discuss how we can help you grow. I've got lots of corners out for more brick wine, and I know the family has a stash. So drop that at the safe house, and then we'll be square. But I already have some. I think our family has some knowledge that could help improve my homemade. Okay. Okay. Learned a new skill. Good. Someone, an offer you made, an offer made to you no longer stands. Oh, whatever, man. Oh, okay. So some of these places are now in my territory. So we're gonna have to go extort some money from those people. You scoped out a new business. This they dispatch a lot of quite good. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, perfect. Okay, let's go. Let's buy and sell some stuff. Brick wine. Let's go. Um, go sell some more. You think you can strong arm your way into this? Yeah, sure. Why not, man? We've done some deals together, and I think your outfit me one day control. And well, I think there's more. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Um. Okay. Let's. Um. We need to buy some stoneware Crocs, I think. Okay, so let's go back up there, sort that out. Perfect. Okay, so now let's go extort some. Okay. Perfect. Um, they know people looking. Oh, okay. I need to probably hire some people to do some work for me. That's probably not an unfair. Um, I need to get rid of this person. Okay. This. Okay. Just chasing this cop around. Not sure if you've seen her, but if it is, Dame, so I get an orange, delivers that for carding. Yep. Side income, if you know what I mean. Deliver. Yep. Yep. Well, that's not of interest to me right now. Yep. I just need you to buy some hooch from me. Yep. Nope. Not interested. This woman all here in the books. Don't care. Yep, we're good. All right. How? Oh, come on, man. How is our front doing? Yep. Fine. Uh, let's just buy some of that from her. There we go. Okay, perfect. Perfect. It's turned. Um, Hi. Holy dooly. That's pretty far away. Who else does this guy know? He knows a lot of people. Uh, what's this guy's deal? Oh, that's all right. Um, okay. What does my outfit need? 45. Okay. So I need to kind of build up my rapport with this police officer. Who do you know? Me? No, that's no use to me. Uh, okay. Right. Um, yeah. Let's get you to run a front for me. Wait, what? I need some more cash, obviously. What's that? Okay. Giobus. Yep. Okay. Perfect. There's another corner. Now let's go take care of that. Um, let's bugger. Okay. How's our front doing? Okay. I'm afraid. Surely I can chip in to rent the hall as well. Yep. Okay. How's our expansion coming? Good. Here there were leftovers. Perfect. Okay. Dame. Yep. Not interested. Okay. Okay. Who does this guy know that I know? So, nobody. Um, oh, that woman attacked me. Wow. That's not cool. I didn't even notice that. Why does that guy get lost, bro? Um, okay, I need to make sure you've learned. Yep. One of your fronts has been subverted. The owner is suddenly backing out and they're no longer collecting payments for you. Who? This guy? Wait a second. I had one front there and one front there. Hey, you're gaining quite a reputation. This woman needs to kind of. She keeps taking shots at me. What's my name? Chester. Uh, Chester Fine Nose. Um, wow. Okay. Uh, she keeps attacking me. One of your people. Where is she? Okay. She might have to pay the price. I need to start getting some people. Okay. Okay. I need to get some muscle. Wait, what's going on here? Who is attacking me? I'm gonna have to. Oh, leave that alone. I'm looking to hire somebody. Tell me more. Relationship, sister, ugly. Okay, yep. Okay, let's go, Bessie. Ruth. I need to get her a car. Um. Okay. Hmm. What do we got going on here? Okay. Where do I get a car? Where do I find a? Okay. Okay. Yep. Vehicle, two-door passenger. Okay, I need some money. Hmm. Okay. Yep. So I'll just drop those off. How's the front? Okay. Okay. Uh, so I need this woman to get me in to see that. Where is she? She knows. Wait, no. She knows this person. Oh, well, that's my sister. Who does she know that I need help from? She knows the police officer. Wait, what? Um, okay. I'm confused. I don't understand. What's going on? Okay, let's go back over here. Okay, who do you know? Ruth Hamlin. She works for me. Oh, where is Ruth Hamlin? I don't understand. There's this person, Ruth Hamlin, who I'm supposed to know. Connection from Ruth Hamlin. I don't get it. She works for me, but I don't. Where is she? Oh, it's her. Okay. Wow, this is confusing as all get out. Okay, who does she know? She knows the police officer. How do I get to her? Far out, man. That that was a bit confusing. Yeah. Dame with far out. I need to focus because I'm kind of not not focused right now. Um, Uh, okay. Now, who needs this? Okay. Um, I want to sell some regular wine. Okay. How come? Um, what's he waiting for? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Um, okay. I need a car. What happened there? Mhm. This guy keeps attacking me. Um, who got pinched? Okay. One of my fronts has been subverted. This game is kind of hard. Um, and so it's not a tremendous amount of fun right now. Uh, all of my money got taken. Yeah, I think we're done now. This is not fun. So I think we're good. I think we'll finish up here. Um, uh, it's not fun and it's too hard. You People crowd in on your space too quickly. You don't have time to grow. You can't establish yourself. Yeah. Um, not fun. So that's hugely disappointing. I'll have to um, I'll have to go back to the developers and just explain to them that the game's balance is pretty poor and it's not a lot of fun, to be honest. It, it you just constantly struggle. Eh, Um, yeah, that's disappointing. I really, this is a kind of game I really wanted to like. It's turn based, so it's not difficult to play. But the balancing is not good enough. It's too uh, the your competitors are too aggressive, and you don't have time to establish yourself. So you end up you end up dying fairly quickly, or losing everything you've built, and then you know randoms just start attacking you. I lost all my money. I can't now rebuild. It's not fun. So we won't be playing that until the developers do a rebalancing and an update. We'll be done with that game now. Um, and I'll sort of let them know in their Discord that the game is too aggressive and you uh, it's not conducive to casual play. It's too hard. You don't have to be. It doesn't have to be easy. That's not required. Games don't have to be easy. Um, but there's no difficulty settings in this game, so you instantly just die, or you instantly people just start attacking you over and over again. You can't build your team. Their crews are all much bigger than yours to start with, um, and so they're too close, and you just it's just constantly a barrage. So it's not fun. We probably won't be streaming tomorrow. I think I'm going to start taking Sundays off. I just need a bit of a break after sort of 40 odd days in a row. Um, I think Sundays will be a break day, but it's disappointing. This game. It's two times in a row I've streamed this game, and both times you just end up having a shitty ending, and it's not fun. So I think we'll call it there, and come back on Monday with something else. I just need to think about what we'll stream, but we'll be back and looking to play something a little bit more fun. All right, thanks a lot, and I'll see you soon. Bye.